Good day, YouTube world. Welcome to another episode of the Learning Investor and our weekly investment update for this week, January 17th, 2026. So, how did your investments do this past week? What was your total net growth this past week, and what was your favorite investment this past week? Today we're going to talk about all three of those. So, first of all, this is not financial advice. Any investment that you do, you need to do your own research. Invest only the money that you want to risk, or that you don't mind losing. Risk capital only. In this article, there's my table of contents. I've done some little bit of rearranging from last week, just kind of condense things down and make it a little bit easier to read, a little bit shorter. So let's go straight to the portfolio percentages. This is how my portfolio is broken up. Most of it you can see is in Bitcoin, and then the rest of it is in yield, or a large majority of it is in yield earning stable coins, and then Atlas Earth, and then the DeFi IRA system, and then ETH, and so on and so on. So these are the actual numbers right here. So almost 64% Bitcoin, 12% stable coins, and then so on and so on. Some things you may have noticed have grown since last week. The BTCI has grown up. It's come up from a very little percentage. Now it's 3% of my portfolio. Flex has grown up a little bit, and the JLP token should start coming up as well. And this is how I'm dividing up my DCA. Every time I get a paycheck, I'll DCA in, and then certain percentages go into certain places. I'm putting more into BTCI right now because I'm trying to build up its income. I'm still putting a lot in Bitcoin and combined, because I have Bitcoin on several different chains, and I have growth there. So BTCI is going to be for income, BTC is going to be for growth. Then I'm putting some in yield and ETH, Ethereum, and then I'm also putting a large amount in DeFi IRA CDs. So this week, what happened this past week was I've been adjusted my Bitcoin strategy a little bit. Started growing the USDC that I have earning yield on SUIDEX, because I had issues with WBTC swap on SUI, on the SUI chain. It gave me some issues. Instead of risking the whole thing, I'll start slowly moving things over to SUIDEX, because SUIDEX has a really high yield on stable coins. Like I said before, I redesigned and rewrote the first half of this update. Bitcoin hit 97,000 this week, so I imagine it's very close to 100,000. Will it go back up to 100, or will it go back down? We'll just have to wait and see. DeFi IRA token was up 6%, which is really good. I met my 211 parcel goal with Atlas Earth. I actually got 212 parcels, so it's a little bit higher. And so now the next goal is to reach the break-even point for my next tier jump, and to gain another mayorship. Probably that'll happen sometime next month. ETH has started going up a little bit, which also contributed to this DeFi IRA token going up, and also contributed to the Flex LFLP going up, and its yield has risen 6% this week. So go check out Flex. You can read about it further down in this article, and there's links to it and how to get started and things like that. Look at the yield for Flex and see what you think. It's gone up 67% in the past week. And I surpassed my BTCI goal, so now I have more. I think my goal there was 10 shares. I have actually 11 and some change. So my new goal for that's going to be 25 shares. And so I'll try to achieve that within the next several weeks. JLP token's almost at $5. I think it's like $4 and some change, $4.90 something. So it's really close to $5. I now have 3 videos on YouTube, and so you can go check out my YouTube channel and check those videos out. Let me know what you think. In this part of the article, I go through the project rankings, which is done by net growth. Not necessarily the growth of the value of what I have in each of those investments, but the net growth in value. And so that's an equation right there, kind of explains how that works. So Bitcoin was number 1, of course. And so right there you can see it went up. It almost made it to 98, but it right 97.9 right there. And then it continues to go down. Bitcoin was the highest earner this week with $532 in net growth for my investments. I'm only $388 from reaching 0.125 Bitcoin, so I'm getting very, very close. So, and you can continue to look down at the further other parts of this article, different other things that I'm invested in and how they go, the little details. My Medium page is going to be in the description of this video, so you can kind of go to it and check out all the stuff that I'm invested in, all the different things, the details, and what grew, what didn't grow, how things are going, how my stable coins are doing, how BTCI is doing, all this stuff. And so then at the very end of the article, well, near the end of it, for this week I had a total net growth of $691, which is pretty good, positive net growth. So how did your investments do? What was your net growth for the week? Now this week we're doing I'm going to start doing an emphasis on different parts of different things that I'm investing in. Last week I did it on the content creation centering around my YouTube channel. This week we're going to do something a little bit different. Let me scroll up to it here. And we're going to look at the DeFi IRA CDs. And so as you notice, the IRA price was up 6%, almost 7% for this past week. So that was really good. If we look at the DeFi IRA CDs, I've got them pulled up right here. Let's look at this. This is the protocol information. Right now they've been live for 18 days. They got 30,000 in CD value that's already staked with them. 550 credits on deposit. They got 48 different CDs out of all of the protocol, 48 different CDs, and 95% of those are set to roll over, which means that people trust them with their money, which is very good. And this is a good brand new protocol. These are the CDs, and it shows which ones are minted. The 30-day CD earning up to 4% every 30 days, or 48% annualized if you keep it rolling over. There's only 2 of them minted. Most of the people are in this platinum CDs, 180-day CD at 8% every 30 days, so 96% annualized. So 46 of those, and it doesn't look like anybody's got the gold CD. So we'll have to see what happens with that. So how are mine doing? Well, these are my CDs. I've got a 200, a 200, a 100, and a 100, and they're all in the 180-day range. I've got all of them set to earn IRA token, and all of them set to roll over to keep earning. And the reason I'm doing that is kind of a little flywheel. They earn IRA, and then I'll take the IRA plus some paycheck DCA and buy another CD with it. Let's see here. This is my IRA account here. So I've been buying and selling and converting things over. So you can see how that works. Right now I'm sitting at 193,000 IRA tokens. And then the CDs, you can see here I got $600 in CDs. So it's earning me $44 a month. So, and the way that I've got them, I'm going to stagger them on the 15th and the 30th. So half of it will come on the 15th and half of it will come on the 30th, and then I'll recycle it. And then hopefully by April, they'll be earning me about $100 a month. So pretty good. Anyways, so that is the emphasis for this week. Look at the Medium article, look at the strategy changes that I'm making. Let me know which one is your favorite. How are your investments doing? Are there any investments that I need to take a look at? Are there any things that you think I need to change with what I'm doing investing? Anyways, let me know. So thanks again for watching, and God bless, Godspeed. Talk to you later.